Falcons already regret not making this free agent move this offseason. Not signing a former Jeff Ulbrich player has the Falcons regretting their decision. The Atlanta Falcons were relatively quiet during this year's free agency period, only signing mid-tier players like Leonard Floyd, Divine Deablo, and Morgan Fox. In fact, their biggest move was firing defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake and replacing him with Jeff Ulbrich. Ulbrich came from the Jets, where he helped build a strong defense highlighted by its starting cornerbacks, one of whom the Falcons now wish they had signed this offseason. Falcons regret not aggressively pursuing CB DJ Reed. The Falcons know they have one of the best cornerbacks in the sport in A.J. Terrell. Last year, they complimented him for most of the season with veteran Mike Hughes. Hughes played well enough to earn a 3-year, $18 million extension, but they shouldn't have stopped there. DJ Reed should have been aggressively pursued to help complete the cornerback position. Reed signed a 3-year, $48 million contract with the Detroit Lions. It was a steep deal at $16 million per year, but the Falcons need his help and should have found a way to get it done. He could have come in and given the Falcons one of the best cornerback tandems in the league. Combine that with their A-plus safeties and a young, revamped front line, and the defense would have been set. This isn't to say Hughes isn't a good starter. He is. But Reed is a better, more stable player. Not to mention, it would significantly change the dynamic of position. The Falcons are one injury away from being in deep trouble. Having Hughes as depth changes that. The Falcons are now out of options to add a top-tier starter. Raheem Morris and Jeff Ulbrich need to hope their starters stay healthy. Last year, they suffered a string of injuries at the position before the game against the Broncos, and we all know how that ended. The most logical trade destination for Kyle Pitts is officially off the table. In a move that quiets one of the offseason's loudest rumors, the Miami Dolphins have found their new tight end, acquiring a recently unretired Darren Waller from the New York Giants. The deal, which sends late-round draft picks to New York, brings a Pro Bowl tight end to Miami on a team-friendly 1-year, $5 million contract. This low-cost, high-impact move effectively slams the door on any potential trade for Pitts, as confirmed by Atlanta's own 680 The Fan moments after the news broke. For weeks, the Dolphins were seen as a primary suitor for Pitts. After moving on from Jonnu Smith, they had a clear need and the offensive scheme to potentially unlock Pitts' talent. However, they ultimately chose the financial security of the Waller deal over the high draft capital it would have cost to acquire Pitts from Atlanta. This development puts the Falcons and Pitts in a fascinating position. The trade rumors were fueled by Pitts' inconsistent production since a sensational 1,000-yard rookie season. In the 3 years since, he has failed to surpass 667 receiving yards and has only found the end zone 9 times. With reports from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that the Falcons were open to the possibility of a trade, a move felt imminent. Now, with the most obvious trade partner gone, the landscape has changed dramatically. While other teams could still show interest, the market for Pitts has undoubtedly shrunk. The likelihood of him starting the 2025 season in an Atlanta uniform has increased significantly, shifting the focus from where will he go to can he finally produce? Do you think staying in Atlanta is the best-case scenario for Kyle Pitts, or will another team emerge and offer? Let us know your opinion below. The Darren Waller trade has sent ripples across the league, but the biggest impact is felt in Atlanta. The clearest path to a fresh start for Kyle Pitts has vanished, turning up the pressure for him to prove his worth right where he is.